Hey, sweetheart. I'm here at my mom's place, and things are not looking good. The house is a mess, and she's been struggling for the past few days. She's hardly talking, and I can sense that my father's passing has hit her hard. It's tough to see her like this. I suggested going out and doing something, but she wouldn't even budge from bed. It's been a few weeks since we lost Dad, and I hoped she'd at least start to feel a bit better.
Oh no! I'm so sorry to hear that. It must be incredibly challenging for her. Maybe I can whip up something hearty and bring it over? We can all share a meal together. I'm sure it'll help alleviate some of her loneliness.
Yeah, I appreciate you suggesting that. The idea of reducing her loneliness has been on my mind. I've actually been contemplating asking Mom to stay with us for a little while, just until she starts feeling better. Besides, having her around might help with keeping her mind off things. The house is full of memories of Dad, and I think it's best to give her a change of scenery for a while.
Oh, absolutely. If you think it's what's best for her, then we should definitely have her stay with us for a while. Being close to you will undoubtedly lift her spirits too.
Thanks, honey. I'm really grateful for your understanding.
No worries at all. I'll whip up some comforting dishes, and when you guys get here, we can all sit down for a heartwarming dinner. I'll also get a room ready for her.
Thank you. You're amazing. I'll be there soon.
Oh, you're such a caring son, honey. I'm so glad you're willing to take care of your mom and make her feel better.
Hey, Lillian. I need you to help me buy something.
Hi, Sandra. Yeah, sure. Do you need anything from the grocery store? I'll get it for you when I pass by the store soon.
Yes, Lillian. I need you to buy me caviar from the store at Greenwood Street, one my husband used to go to. Just mention his name and they will know what it's for. Remember, I don't want the one in the brown tin because they're cheaper and not something my taste buds would like. I want you to get the one in a small blue tin that is my favorite caviar. I want you to get 3 of them alongside some freshly baked bread. Remember, just a blue tin, as it's the only one that would suit my taste buds. Anything else you buy will go into the trash.
I'm sorry to ask, but may I know how much this caviar would normally cost? They sound extremely pricey.
They're around $250 for one tin. 3 of them, please.
$250? I'm sorry, Sandra, but I'm afraid I can't afford to spend that much money on caviar. Me and Mikey are saving money up for the baby. And we're planning to renovate the baby's room before he's born, too.
Are you saying that you won't buy me caviar then? Do you have any idea how much I've been wanting them? Are you joking with me? Is this how you treat your mother-in-law?
No, it's not like that. I'd be more than happy to get you whatever you like. It's just, caviar is a little bit too expensive for my budget. We don't have that much money. Even Mikey is struggling with his business.
Oh, what a sad life I'm living. My husband, who I love dearly, who can take care of me so wonderfully, has passed away and nobody seems to care. My poor son is married to someone who can't even think of me as her own mother and buy me the things that I want. My wonderful husband brings me home caviar every week, and we would eat it together for breakfast and laugh together watching the television. Oh, how I miss my husband. God, oh God, why is my life so difficult? I can't even get anything to remind me of my husband anymore because my daughter-in-law can't even afford it. Why didn't God just take me away instead of him? He was a good man. He deserves to live. I should be the one who died.
Sandra, I'm so sorry. I don't know that it was something that you and your husband used to do. I didn't mean to make you feel this way. Oh, please don't say that. Michael needs you. He can't lose you after losing his father. I'm so sorry I made you feel this way. Look, let me see what I can do. Perhaps I can push certain plans for the baby. Don't worry about it. Would it be okay for me to purchase only one?
Do you not get it, Lillian? 3 is the right number. My husband would bring 3 packs per week for us to eat. Why are you trying to ruin a tradition? Just because he's dead doesn't mean I should forget about it.
No, that's really not what I meant, Sandra. Don't worry. I'll try to see what I can do and get you the caviar. I'll see you at home.
You better come back with those. Or else what is the point of me living in this house if it only brings me nothing but misery? Hey Lillian, where are you? I called you so many times and you haven't been picking up. Are you avoiding me or something?
Hey, Sandra, I'm so sorry. I left my phone in my car when I went in the store. I really wasn't ignoring you. Is everything okay at home? Is there anything that you want me to bring home? I can bring home some lunch and we can eat together, if you haven't had anything yet for lunch.
Yes, lunch would be great. I need you to buy me the pastrami sandwich from Big Mike's Diner. I want one without any extra sauce. For the cheese, I would only want Swiss cheese and provolone. I like only 2 slices of tomatoes, no less or more, as that's how my husband used to do it.
Big Mike's Diner? As in the one that's 2 hours away from here?
Yes, where else will they be? Stop asking pointless questions and go get them for me. Don't mess up the order.
Listen, Sandra, I'm sorry. And I'm not trying to be rude, but I don't think I can drive 2 hours to get the sandwich. Maybe we can ask Michael to get it in a time when he has free time. I have a doctor's appointment in an hour. If I get the sandwich, I won't make it to my appointment.
I don't care about your doctor's appointment. You can do that anytime. Can't you reschedule? I really want this sandwich and I don't want to wait for another day just to eat them.
I'm sorry, but I really can't. I can't just simply cancel my doctor's appointment. I need to check on the health of the baby, your grandson. Plus, I don't think it would be healthy for me to be driving that long when I'm 7 months pregnant.
Excuses after excuses. Don't be such a baby. When I was pregnant with Michael, I did all sorts of things and I am doing fine, and so is he. I know this is just one of those excuses you make so that you can make me more miserable than I already am. Why is it so hard for me to get the sandwich that my husband used to get for me? It's one of the memories left of him that can help me go through the day when things get hard. My husband would never make excuses like you. My poor son, Michael. I wonder how he survives living with you all these years. God, why won't he just take me away? I want to be dead with my husband. I don't want to live here with this horrible woman.
Sandra, please don't say that. That is not true at all. I have nothing against you, and I would never want to make you miserable. Please don't wish death upon yourself. Look, maybe I can go tomorrow. I'll be freer then.
No! I already told you. I want it today. I've been thinking about it non-stop today. Are you trying to torture me by making me wait another day? My husband would never make me wait for things I really want. Oh God, why can't you just take me away too?
Fine, Sandra. I'll cancel my doctor's appointment and I'll drive to the restaurant to get you the sandwich. Please stop wishing that you'll die. Michael would be so heartbroken to hear that.
Be quick. Don't waste my time.
Hey, Sandra? Were you at home all day yesterday?
Yes? What is it now? Are you accusing me of stealing things in your house?
What? No, that's not what I'm trying to say. I just want to ask you regarding the baby's room. You've seen it before. When you first came, we painted it blue because the baby's a boy, and we thought it would suit him. We even put up a lot of different toys that we thought the baby might like. You know where I'm going with this, don't you, Sandra?
The color is hideous. I don't feel good looking at it. And I believe the baby would feel the same way as me.
What do you mean?
The blue color of the room that you painted? It's hideous. It really doesn't suit the baby. It's better off with the current color. I love it more this time.
So it was you who changed the color of the room without our permission. I'm sorry that I have to say this, but that is very disrespectful. That's my baby, and I deserve to know anything before you make changes to anything. Plus, this is my house. Just because we let you stay here doesn't mean you can make all the decisions that you like behind my back.
Oh, I didn't know. I have to be asking permission to make changes in the house that my son lives in? What a disrespectful thing to say to me without me raising my son to be like the man he is. He wouldn't be here to be the good man for you. You should be more grateful that I even agreed to stay here.
I don't understand what you're trying to say. I've been kind enough to let you stay here while you've been dealing with this death.
And you're ruining it.
How exactly am I ruining your healing for you?
My husband hates the color blue. It reminded him of the big blue house he grew up in. It was an abusive household. We ensure to always eliminate the color blue from our house. I don't understand. Why can't you do the same?
Look, I'm really sorry about what he went through, and I understand how it could be hard for him. But I still don't think it's right for you to apply the same rules to my house. It's not fair to me.
Fairness? Is that all you care about? You think the world is fair when my husband is taken from me?
No, that is not what I'm trying to say.
That's enough. No need to speak to me. This conversation is making things harder for me, and I don't want to deal with it.
Michael, we really need to have a serious conversation about your mom.
I've already had an earful from her. Is it true that you told her she needs to ask for permission for everything? That seems pretty harsh, especially given what she's going through right now.
Look, I completely empathize with what she's dealing with, but it's disheartening that I'm ending up as collateral damage in the process. Have you had a chance to hear my side of the story? She's been trying to take control of everything that I'm doing.
You're making this much more complicated than it has to be. She's my mom, and I really need you to refrain from speaking about her like that. I'm just asking for a bit more understanding of her situation. She's navigating through a lot, and I'm hoping you can cut her some slack for a few more weeks until she gets back on her feet.
Fine. I'll do it for you and out of respect. But I hope you realize the challenges I'm facing in all of this.
It's going to be Benedict Arnold Jr.
Sorry? What are you referring to, Sandra?
The child, of course.
What? Are you talking about my baby? My son?
Who else would I be talking about? The name of that child would be Benedict Arnold Jr.
Wait, what are you trying to say? Sorry, Sandra, but that's not what I'm naming the baby. Mikey and I have already discussed the name. We will be naming the baby Harold, after my father, who did a lot for me growing up.
I disagree. He should be named after my husband. Your second child can have your father's name if you want to, but the first one should honor my husband. This is our grandchild, after all.
This is my father's first grandchild as well. If you like, we can put your husband's name as the baby's middle name. That's all I can offer to you. That's what I can agree with.
Middle name? Is that all my husband is worth to you? All he ever wanted when he was alive was to have grandchildren. But you took too long to get pregnant. Now that he's gone, I want to at least have the child named after him. Is that so hard? At least your father is still alive. Isn't that enough for you?
You know I have issues that made it hard for me to get pregnant. It's not like we did it on purpose. You think my father would only be appreciated when he passes away? I'm sorry, but it's not possible. I will not change the name of the baby just because you asked me to. You have no say.
How rude of you to speak to me that way. Michael will know about this. You are being super disrespectful. That's not a way to speak to your mother-in-law. You know I'm still grieving.
Sandra, I understand you're grieving. But my decision about the baby's name is not up for negotiation. We can discuss this calmly and find a compromise. But disrespectful accusations won't help anyone.
What did you do now, Lillian? My mom just called me crying.
Did she tell you what happened? Is it another made-up story on how I'm the villain who disrespected her and her grieving period?
I already told you not to speak about my mom that way. When will you learn?
Your mom tried changing the baby's name. She wants to name him after your father. We agreed we would name him after my father.
Why is it such a big deal? Just change the name to Benedict Arnold Jr. as she asks. We will name the second child with your father's name. Isn't that easier than arguing non-stop?
Are you kidding me? So you just stick to whatever your mom has to say?
I told you she's going through a hard time. She's trying to hold on to as many pieces of memories as she can of my father as much as possible. You won't understand.
Why? Because my father is still alive, and therefore I should never appreciate him, and I should only care for yours because he's already passed? Let's be real. You never really cared about your father anyway when he was alive. Are you expecting me to do the same?
How dare you say that to me? You're being overdramatic. How could you disrespect your mother-in-law just because you want things to go your way?
Of course I want things to go my way. This is my child.
I'm done talking to you. Unless you calm down and come to your senses, Then don't speak to me.
Gladly.
I will be in the labor room with you since that is my grandchild. I love to be the first to hold it as well. I'm telling you this now so you won't come up with excuses later or about your planning. Just like when I asked you to change the name.
Sorry, Sandra, but I can't let you in the labor room with me. It's going to be a very vulnerable moment for me, so I would prefer to have my mother and my husband in it instead. You'll be able to see the baby after he's born.
How could you? I am the child's grandmother. I deserve to be there to see it. You don't get to kick me out.
Sorry, Sandra, but I really won't be able to let you in. I'm not comfortable with having you in it. I prefer to have my own mother.
I know what this is all about. You're still hating on me because of what happened.
Look, Sandra, I don't care about those anymore. I forgive you for changing the baby's room, for making me do things that are too hard for pregnant women, and for trying to change the name of the baby. I want to give birth without all this negativity.
Oh no, it's not that. You're mad at me because your husband loves me more than he loves you.
What? I never thought about it that way.
Of course you did. You've always been the jealous kind. You are always so visibly upset that he would choose me over you. He loves me more than anything.
He's your son. It doesn't matter how much he loves you. His life will always be with me. What are you trying to say?
No. He's always going to be mine. You stole him from me. And now you're stealing my grandson from me. I will never let you do that.
You're out of your mind.
I hope he divorces you. You're a selfish bitch.
What the heck is wrong with you? You made my mom cry again.
What did I even do wrong? Your mother is obsessed with you and our baby.
What the heck does that even mean? You're losing your mind, Lillian.
I'm carrying our child, and I've been so stressed since your mom came to live with us, and the hell that she put me through. You never cared. You always sided with her, even though it's obvious that she was wrong.
How dare you? She's going through a lot.
Enough with that bullshit. None of you guys cared that much about your father when he was alive. I was the only one who visited him. Your mother hated him. Why are you pretending like you don't know that?
Don't you dare speak about my parents that way. They were in love. They were perfect together. You are out of your mind. How dare you? You don't belong in this house. No one should disrespect my parents that way.
That's it. I'm done with you. We're getting a divorce. I will gladly leave this house if it means I don't have to deal with you or your mom anymore.
What are you even doing? Moving all your things into my house and locking me out? You don't deserve to even step your dirty feet in here. Come back and take all your things with you.
Sorry, you mean my house? Can you please stop trying to open the door? Or else I'm going to have to call the police on you. Please leave.
Are you out of your freaking mind? This is the house that my husband and I have been living in forever. It's my house now that he's dead. Get out and let me in. How do you even have the key? You thief.
Oh, you must have not heard.
Heard what? Get out!
Your husband wrote to me on his will that once he passed, this house would be passed down to me. You don't get a cent of his money. You can stop pretending now, Sandra. You never cared for him. You were abusive to him. You even brainwashed Michael to hate him. Initially, I thought it was guilt that changed you, but I figured it out. It was all an act. You don't care that he died. You only care about his money.
What? That's impossible. Why would he give it to you and not me? That's ridiculous.
Is it though? I took care of him like he was my own father. I cared for him more than you and Michael did. Oh, that poor guy. He died knowing that you are all going to be chasing his money. If you have any issues with the will, please contact his lawyer. They will explain everything to you. But for now, please leave me alone and leave my property. Or else I'll call the police on you.
Wait! No. Lillian, listen. It wasn't an act. I do care for him. I care for you too. You're the best daughter-in-law. I'm sorry for everything.
I knew you would say this. Enough. And leave my property. The police are on their way.
Honey, I'm really sorry.
How did I ever miss this? You are just like your mother. Even your apology disgusts me. It's all about money, isn't it?
No, you know how much I love you. My mother, she got into me. But I know better now.
I know better now too. I know not to trust someone like you and your mother. Leave. A few weeks after that, the divorce between Lillian and Michael is finalized. Lillian was able to get full custody of her baby, and she was also able to live comfortably, thanks to inheritance that her father-in-law passed down to her. On the other hand, Sandra was still in disbelief that her husband didn't pass anything to her because of his will. She even tried breaking into the house a few times, but was caught by police. As for Michael, he has been struggling a lot after the divorce, as he realized how true the things that Lillian has always said about his mother are. But yet, he is still stuck with her, as she has nowhere to live. Both grew to hate each other and blame each other for the misfortune.
Hi, Stacy. It's been a long time. How do you do?
Hi, Hannah. It's been a while. The last time we met at Megan's housewarming party. I'm doing great.
Absolutely fine. Actually, the reason I reach out to you is because if there's something important I want to share. Do you have some time to talk?
Of course. I'm just at home doing some chores. What's up?
You won't believe it, but I'm getting married soon.
Seriously? You're getting married? Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
But it seems a bit sudden, no? I remember you said you weren't even in a relationship.
I know. But shortly after that, fate smiled upon me and I met the man of my dreams.
That's absolutely amazing. And you're already planning the wedding.
Yes, and I thought you should be the first to share in my happiness.
I must admit I'm quite surprised. When we meet next, I'd love to meet the lucky guy. I'm curious to see who won your heart.
Out of everyone, Stacy, you're probably the only one who doesn't need an introduction to him.
What do you mean?
Because it's someone you already know. How can I introduce you to someone you're already familiar with?
Are you marrying someone I know? I wonder who it could be. I'm completely clueless. Can you give me a hint or something?
A hint? Let me think. It's someone who holds a special place in your heart, Stacy.
Someone close to me. My brother is already married with kids, and Dad is traveling the world with Mom.
What? Why would I be marrying someone from your family?
Well, my family is the only group of people I care about. So honestly, I don't know who you're talking about.
You're truly hopeless, you know that? Okay, so I'll let you know. That lucky guy is Billy, your ex-boyfriend.
What? Billy? What Billy? Oh no, you didn't. That Billy?
Yes, we happened to bump into each other, hit it off, and began dating. And shortly after that, he proposed to me.
Seriously? Hannah, you're actually gonna marry my ex?
I can sense your surprise. It's probably hard for you to accept. You must be thinking, how can someone I still have feelings for end up marrying my friend? I'll give you some time to let it sink in.
What feelings?
I apologize for being the one who stole the man you dated for 5 years. Only to be dumped by him on the eve of your 27th birthday. You told me your own story.
There's really no need for you to apologize to me. It's in the past and it doesn't bother me at all.
Are you sure about that? Didn't being dumped in such an embarrassing way shatter your pride as a woman? I bet you regret letting him go and secretly hope to win him back someday. Well, sorry to disappoint you, but that will never happen.
I'm not sure what you're trying to imply, but I'm not enjoying your attitude right now.
Billy, the man you still have feelings for, is marrying your dear friend, me. He told me I'm the only woman he wants as his wife. It's impossible for you not to feel something after that, right?
Well, it does feel a little strange when an ex starts dating a friend. But honestly, it doesn't concern me anymore.
You are so mature. If only everyone could be as open-hearted as you, there would be no conflicts in the world. Despite the regret and emotions you keep hidden, you still manage to give us your blessing. You've earned my respect.
Thank you, I guess.
It's all right. I completely understand what you've been through. You are putting up a brave front for me, even though you still have feelings for him and are hesitant to reveal how hurt you truly are.
It's not like that at all, really.
It's okay to feel that way. There is no shame in holding on to feelings for someone as amazing as Billy. Especially after experiencing such a humiliating breakup, it's impossible to forget. It must be so embarrassing to not be thought of as wife material. That's why, out of the kindness in my heart, I wanted to personally invite you to our wedding. Bring all your lingering emotions to the church, and perhaps, after witnessing how happy Billy and I are, you might find a reason to let go of those feelings of humiliation.
Hey, Stacy, guess what? Another wedding invite landed in your mailbox, and it's from that friend of yours.
Seriously? I'd already declined the first one. Did she not get the message? Or is it someone else?
It's actually the same girl, Hannah. She seems quite insistent. I noticed the envelope, thought it was odd, and took the liberty of checking it out. Hope you're okay with that.
No worries. What's in there?
The usual wedding details, but there's a handwritten note that caught my eye. You better come. You have no choice.
That's a bit intense, don't you think?
Definitely. She's laying it on thick. How badly does she want you there?
Apparently, very badly. She's inching into psycho territory. It's like she's rejecting my rejection.
Exactly. Feels less like an invitation and more like an obsession. Any history between you two that might explain this?
Sort of, but not really. Either way, please mark regret for me and send it back.
Are you sure it's okay to decline again? Maybe we can shuffle things around so you can make it. Despite the weirdness, she still considers you a friend to send an invite twice.
I get that, but depending on how this unfolds, we might not be friends after this.
That sounds ominous. Are you sure you're doing the right thing?
The truth is, I'm actually busy that day. I can alter the plans. Thanks for handling it for me.
Stacy, what is the meaning of this? Why won't you attend our wedding? I thought we were friends.
I already mentioned that I couldn't make it. What else do you expect?
I specifically told you that you must come.
I don't have to do anything. I have an appointment that day, and it can't be cancelled. I had this day scheduled in my calendar months ago, before you even invited me.
What could possibly be more important in your life than my wedding? You're just upset and jealous that I ended up with Billy, and you're too embarrassed to come.
What is wrong with you? I'm truly over him. But you're bringing up old news? What are you trying to get at? It's getting annoying, so just come out and say it.
I simply want you to be honest with yourself and tell me the truth.
I'm being honest with you. It's as if you want me to feel envious of you.
That's exactly what I want. I want you to regret losing him, and I want to witness your suffering as you see what I gained and you lost. If I can derive satisfaction from that, then what's the point of getting married?
What's wrong with you?
I have finally moved on. Show me your frustration and tears so I can truly relish this victory.
Win? Victory? Frustration? What are you talking about?
Since I'm getting married in a few hours, I'll finally reveal how I truly feel. I have despised and resented you for years.
Seriously?
I made it my mission to surpass you. And today is the climax of years of built-up anger.
You've hated me for years? But we've known each other since junior high.
Exactly. Throughout that entire time, I've never been able to outperform you. Whether it was in sports or exams. I always played second fiddle, making you shine.
Are you being serious right now?
All final exam scores, SAT scores, every time I've been overshadowed by you. Even the guy I like all through high school asked you to prom. Because of all this, I have hated you and desired nothing more than to finally surpass you.
I can't believe this is how you felt all these years.
So, I made up my mind to do whatever it takes to get married and live happily ever after before you. Despite never surpassing you. During our student days, I figured as an adult I could finally have my revenge.
This is ridiculous. Why waste your energy?
When I found out Billy dumped you, I saw it as my opportunity to finally retaliate for all those years of humiliation. I would never reverse all of my defeats by getting married before you. And the cherry on top was that it would be with a man who dropped you like a bad habit.
Let me get this straight, Hannah. Your marriage to Billy is simply a childish way to get back at me?
Yes, that was the plan. I'll achieve happiness by getting married before you. Right after the ceremony, we'll head to the city hall and notarize our marriage certificate. Solid proof that I achieved marital bliss before you.
This is ridiculous.
By marrying the man who dumped you in the most humiliating manner. I believe it's a perfect way to prove that I'm superior to you. Moreover, Billy is a lawyer at a prestigious firm, so my life will be filled with luxury. Today marks the end of constantly living in my shadow. Enjoy your life as an old maid while you witness my rise to high society.
It'll be a bit hard to live the life of a sad old maid because I'm already married.
No, you're not.
Well, then have a fantastic wedding and live your best life. I couldn't care less about who gets married first or who has a better life. I'll live my life and you can live yours.
But I'm first, which makes me better. So I win, right?
I had no idea you felt this way about me. To be honest, it's been very hurtful. I've been trying to distance myself from you. But it seems like that won't be enough. So from now on, let's consider ourselves nothing more than former classmates.
What do you mean when you said you're married? Why haven't I heard anything about this? Explain everything to me. When did it happen?
This morning. I submitted the paperwork as soon as the office opened today.
But why today of all days?
But I'd been planning this day for a long time. I had made arrangements to change my name on all the legal documents and accounts. There are numerous things that need to be updated if you take your husband's name. So I hope you have a plan for that.
What? Seriously?
Yes. That's why I set aside this day to take care of it all. I even took a day off work.
This can't be true. It wasn't part of my plan at all. You must be lying. All you told me was that Billy broke up with you on your 27th birthday.
It seems like we both found our husbands around the same time. After that, I met the right person and we hit it off immediately.
But it's not fair.
Meeting him was wonderful. However, soon after we started dating, I received a promotion at work and was asked to take over the main branch. I was willing to start a long-distance relationship, but he insisted on following me wherever I went. He proposed on this day because he was looking for a job in Maine the next day.
You can't be serious.
So I moved up here to settle into my new office while he stayed in Chicago to find a job and take care of my place until the lease ended. The relocation happened so quickly that my landlord wouldn't let me break the lease. But everything worked out in the end.
But that means you never received any of my invitations?
Sort of. My husband replied for me.
So that's what happened? I found it strange that your response letters were different. I thought you were just being tough by circling the regret option with hearts or flowers.
Did he really do that? Oh, how embarrassing.
So you're really in Maine now?
Yes, my husband found a job here and just moved yesterday. That's why we've been running around, filling out paperwork and signing forms.
You beat me again?
Who cares about winning or losing? Let's both focus on building our marriages and happy lives. I was unable and unwilling to take care of Billy. But I have mad respect for you, Hannah.
What do you mean?
I'm amazed that you were willing to marry him, despite his demands.
What demands? What are you talking about?
Oh, he didn't tell you? I'm going to quit my job in a few years, so make sure you can support the both of us. Those were his exact words. I'll send it to you. He told me that on my 27th birthday. He said I'm tired of working, so I'll quit in about 2 years. Then I'll find a part-time job, but I won't work for more than 4 days a week.
That can't be true.
He said if I agreed to these conditions, he would marry me. Can you believe it? I hope you do, because it's coming your way. Of course I turned down such a lovely offer. Then he told me I wasn't the right wife material for him and broke up with me. I haven't looked back since.
Wait a second. So he dumped you because you refused to support his lazy lifestyle?
Yeah, I suppose that's the gist of it. It's hilarious that he thinks I'm not wife material.
So that's what really happened?
That's the truth. I never expected a friend to go after another ex in a crazy plan for revenge. Turns out I was wrong. Looks like I dodged 2 bullets. Phew.
He never told me any of this.
I still have a few places to visit today, so I've got to go. I couldn't attend your wedding because I'm out of state, but enjoy yourself. From now on, let's forget about competing with each other and focus on living happily ever after with our new husbands.
Excuse me. I know you're busy, but something unexpected has happened. An individual is claiming to be your acquaintance who has arrived at our residence. Should I let them in?
Someone who claims to be my friend? Seriously, who could it be?
I asked first, and she said she is the one who sent all those invitations. Did you disclose our address to her?
She's the last person I would share that information with. What on earth is she doing in Maine? How did she find out where we live?
I have no clue, but she's here. I don't think we should let her in.
Absolutely not. Whatever happens, do not let her in. Do whatever it takes to get her out of here. I'll take care of things after that.
Got it. I'm relieved that I got a hold of you and got your take on it.
Open the door and let me in. I traveled all the way to Maine just to see you. You can't turn me away like this.
No, I never asked you to come. How did you even find my address?
Well, I did some serious detective work. Hours of searching and digging.
Impressive. Maybe you should consider starting your own detective agency.
Stacy, this is serious. After an extensive investigation, I managed to track you down to this fancy townhouse in a gated community. I had to see it for myself, and well, here I am.
You've really got too much free time on your hands.
I thought it might be false information, but I needed confirmation. It's just not fair. You must be somehow cheating at life to have it so much better than me.
Cheat at life? My husband and I work hard, and property prices are more reasonable here. Save money and you could have a place like this too.
Spare me the financial advice. I live in a cramped apartment with that deadbeat. It's just not fair.
Wow. If you're so unhappy, why not consider moving?
I would if I could. Billy quit his job after we got married. Now we have no money.
So he actually did it.
He claimed to be a modern man, willing to take care of household chores while I worked. He only told me this after we got married.
Well, that's a surprise, said no one ever.
My life is a mess now. He revealed that you broke up with him and he expressed a desire to quit his job. And since he learned from his mistakes, he promised not to disclose it to the next woman he wanted to marry.
Hidden terms and conditions. Classic.
It's so unfair. I was about to beat you. I was going to marry a lawyer. Finally, things were going my way.
A lawyer who doesn't work is just a title.
It's your fault. You should take responsibility for my misfortune. You're the reason I married him. If it weren't for you, none of this would have happened.
I'm screenshotting this conversation.
After coming all the way here, you owe me. You have extra money living in this nice house. Share some with me.
No way! You won't get a penny from us. I don't need to listen to this. I'm blocking you.
Wait! You can't do this to me!
Yes, I can, and I will. Bye. After some digging, I know that she's still married to Billy. She believes that he will soon find the drive to start again. Meanwhile, she's working 2 jobs to support them both. Despite his best efforts, he couldn't even get a job as a line chef. Sadly, he remains at home, living the life of an unemployed attorney. It seems that he has lost all motivation to work and has come to accept the situation, claiming that as long as his wife can provide the basic necessities, everything is fine.